Gavin, que l'on aperçoit en tout cas. Merci, merci Gavin d'être avec nous. Donc, je
Hello everybody. Salut ma on Traru, I think is the regional way to give greetings. Greetings from COP26 in Glasgow. I wanted to sit in front of this clock because the clock is ticking, and this is very much the message that is coming out of COP26. The real message here is action now, and indeed the wind propulsion developments and the wind propulsion toolbox is really the quintessential, the ultimate action now toolbox. We can deliver zero emissions energy to vessels directly, and we can deliver those right now with some of the technologies and a strong pipeline coming forward. Now, I've been asked by the organizers, and thank you very much for inviting me, to give you a little roundup of what's been happening at COP26. There is a lot happening here. Obviously, you've probably been watching the news and seen that there have been some zero emissions pledges. And this is zero emissions as opposed to net zero emissions for shipping from the UK, from the US, Marshall Islands, Denmark, and other signatories have gone with that. That is increasing the pressure on the IMO to deliver at MEPC 77 on a more ambitious target around shipping. And as I mentioned before, there are near-term solutions that we need to be bringing into the market, wind propulsion being one of them, operational changes being another, and of course other ship efficiency measures. But those combined can actually deliver a substantial amount of decarbonization to the industry in this decade. Of course, then the alternative fuels will start coming in within a decade, for some of those fuels reaching out to 2 decades. We've also had the Clydebank Declaration, or that will be coming out today, which looks at establishing green corridors for shipping. So these will be zero emissions corridors between ports, which could be a significant lever for change. And of course, there's been quite a bit around the methane commitments and upping the ambition of controls around methane, and that will probably have an effect on LNG, but it will also have effect on all of the alternative fuels which currently are being cracked or produced from fossil LNG. And interestingly, in the meetings, I was in an IMO side event yesterday. I was at the International Chamber of Shipping event on Saturday, and there's quite a unified call from the industry, or from big players in the industry, to back a carbon levy. Carbon levy, what that may mean, tax, an ETS type system. But increasingly, the industry is falling in behind that. And indeed, one of the presenters, a CEO from a major shipping company, actually called for more regulation of shipping, which was quite extraordinary. I don't think I've heard that before. But really, the pattern was requesting the IMO and other. Okay, I'll let the translator catch up a little bit. My apologies.
Thank you.
Bon, bonjour à tout le monde du COP26 à Glasgow. Je me suis assis volontairement devant l'horloge pour faire passer le message. L'horloge tourne.
A little bit there in the room.
En fait, donc le message, c'est action maintenant, et nous avons, avec la proposition par le vent, toute une boîte à outils, en fait. On peut livrer des zéro émissions maintenant avec les technologies que nous avons. Quelques informations du COP26. Dans le transport maritime, donc, il y a plus de pression sur l'IMO maintenant, qui demande des objectifs beaucoup plus ambitieux. Nous avons des solutions avec la propulsion par le vent, des changements opérationnels et d'autres outils. Mais nous avons la capacité de livrer une décarbonation considérable dans les années à venir avec la propulsion par le vent et dans les 2 décennies à venir avec les carburants alternatifs. Et il y a eu, par exemple, la déclaration de Clydebank, vous allez peut-être entendre parler, sur la mise en place de couloirs verts pour le transport maritime, qui va être un levier de changement énorme pour créer des transports à zéro émission. Il y a aussi des déclarations sur les ambitions plus fortes sur la méthane, qui va avoir un effet sur le gaz naturel, mais aussi sur les carburants alternatifs qui vont être développés dans les années à venir. Et même assez surprenant, il y a un appel unifié de l'industrie en général pour une taxe ou une forme de taxe sur le carbone. Et l'industrie tout entière est en train de se mettre derrière ça. Et j'ai même entendu un appel d'un PDG d'une grande entreprise de transport maritime appeler pour plus de régulation.
Voilà, et peut-être Gavin qui va pouvoir nous faire une
Okay,
conclusion.
so I've been told that time is very tight, so I'd just like to conclude and say that ambition is rising within the industry. I think we can raise that even further. Wind propulsion is absolutely key to be central to that raise in ambition, and I wish you all the best and all the very best of luck today on discussing and finding the pathways to integrate that into your regional and to your national plans. So signing off from Glasgow, and I wish you all the very best and hope to see you all on French time in the not too distant future. Merci.
Thank you.
Donc pour conclure, il y a de toute évidence beaucoup plus d'ambition de toute l'industrie. La propulsion par le vent est clé et doit être au centre de ces ambitions plus fortes. Et je vous souhaite tous mes vœux de réussite pour votre journée et pour trouver une feuille de route régionale et nationale pour développer cette filière. Au revoir de Glasgow.
Merci beaucoup Amanda d'avoir assuré cette traduction et ce lien avec Gavin Allwright.